Hey everybody, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to go over Lifeline, her changes in the new patch, the updates to her kit, and then I'm going to give you 5 tips and tricks that you can use starting today to make your gameplay just a bit better. And stick around to the end because I'm going to give you a pro tip at the very end on something that not a lot of people are using. So we'll start off with just the changes and everything like that regarding Lifeline and the updates to her patches. So the number one thing that they did is they removed the term combat medic from her and changed it to a combat revive. So if you've played it all, this patch, because it's been out for about 2 weeks now, you'll see that her fast heals are gone. She doesn't have those anymore. But instead, you can put Doc down, and then Doc will then be able to heal a single person with a shield up and allows Lifeline to move freely, whether that's to go back and fight or go and revive somebody else. It just gives a little bit of versatility that way. But a big thing is that she no longer has fast heals, meaning that you're not going to be able to pop off that clutch heal in the middle of a fight with her. So just keep that in mind as you're playing, that you may need to keep more shield bats with you, some more heals, because you're not going to be able to use them as frequently as you used to. Secondly, her tactical, the Drone of Compassion, they just reduced the cooldown from 60 to 45 seconds. So from 1 minute down to 45 seconds. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I've been playing those 2 weeks and I've noticed it. So it's there and you can use it more often. The last real update that came to her was on her ultimate. So now anytime that a small item, healing item would have been given, you'll get 3 of those. And anytime that an attachment item would be given, you're going to get 2 of those. So instead of getting 1 shield cell, you'll get 3. Instead of getting 1 scope, you'll get 2. It just gives her more items to therefore support the team. Because obviously one shield cell ain't going to do much for you. We all know that. So with all that, we'll get straight into the tips. The first one is remember that you're a support. If you're playing Lifeline, that's her job. She's a support character with a support kit. So what do I mean? Be there for your team. Ensure that you're using her abilities often and using them to benefit your team. Your heals do nothing if you don't use them, right? Being there to revive your teammate, having that awesome kit and the ability to move around and revive 2 people at once does nothing if you're not there for them. Use your care package. Don't hold on to it. Use it and then find yourself an ultimate accelerant or charge towers, which we'll talk about here in a second. Just be there for your team. It doesn't mean you have to be necessarily like the highest kill leader or anything wild like that. Just be there for them. Make sure you're using your kit to your advantage. They just took a crap load of damage. Go to them. So just remember that you're a support and use that to your advantage. It doesn't make you weak. You may not be the highest kill leader on your team, but you may be the reason why a team member on your team is the kill leader. You're just as important. Tip number 2 is use charge towers. Like if you've been in here and playing this season, you've seen them. They are sorely underused. And I think Lifeline's ultimate charge time is like 5 minutes. It's crazy long. I may be wrong on that, and I'll double check, and I'll leave it in the comments. But use the charge towers. Land in places where you know charge towers are going to be. Get that care package off the rip. Get out there and use it. That's going to greatly increase your ability to get your ultimate. But your ultimate directly supports your team. If you need heals, find yourself a charge tower that hasn't been used. Obviously, if it's inside the circle. Use ultimate accelerants. Use things that are going to get you your ultimate faster. So tip number 3, I've seen some people doing it. I don't see a lot really. Drop Doc down before you revive somebody. If you're low or you need some heals, drop Doc down and then revive them. Use the shield that Doc's going to give if you're not behind cover and heal up. That's going to heal you. And then when your teammate comes up, it's going to give them instant heals as soon as they come up. And another quick one, I guess, it's kind of like a little like mini tip. His cooldown's the cooldown for Doc is reduced. Use it often. And remember, you can use it in a fight. You don't need to wait till you're out of combat to use it. Pop behind that rock, drop Doc, grab some heals, give your team some heals, and then get back out there. Using Doc as often as you can is going to keep you healthy and your team healthy. And, well, it's kind of what you need to win, you know? You ain't going to win if you're down, so just use that as often as you can. Tip number 3, don't be selfish. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Do not be selfish. And you're probably like, what do you mean by don't be selfish? We've all had that Lifeline that we've played with that drops Doc down when she needs heals, or drops a care package and immediately loots it and takes everything on it for herself. Or instead of taking that quick revive, tries to go and be the superhero of the team when getting a teammate back up, y'all would have won the fight. Like, remember that your kit isn't like a Bangalore. It's not a caustic. Nothing like that. You don't have any truly offensive abilities. So make sure you're using her abilities to your advantage. Make sure you're using her abilities in a way that you can succeed. Because that's your success. Your success is going to be equally as equivalent to your team's success. So if a team member's low, go heal them, like I said earlier. If they need heals and you have, or not heals, if they need shields or they need an optic or anything like that and you have a care package, drop it. Communicate with your team. Let them know that you have what they need. And my tip number 5 is going to be sometimes it's better to play safe. What do I mean by that? Running in, you're not a Mirage, you're not an Octane, you're not a Wraith. If you've mained Lifeline for a while, you know this. Your mobility and your movement speed is not nearly what theirs is. So rushing in and rushing out is not your strong suit. And it may seem like it should go without saying, but stay back. You're not going to be able to heal anybody out in the open, flanked by 2 teams. You're not going to be able to do your team any good if you're downed. How are you going to get that next revive? How are you going to drop that drone? How are you going to drop Doc down for your team if you're down? You're not. Now, I get it, and anybody who's played it gets it. Sometimes you got to push. Sometimes you have to flank, and I get that. But when you're playing, think about positioning. Think about, okay, if I have to drop a heal here, where can I do it relatively safely? Where can I tell my team members to go that I can pick them back up safely? Where can I go for any of that? Correct? That is important. That is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly important. Just make sure you have positioning. Make sure that you are doing everything you can to ensure that your team is being successful. And playing safe may help you get there. Alright guys, I promised you a crazy tip that not a lot of people just A, don't know about, or B, just refusing to use. So, but before I get to that, if you're learning anything from this video, if you're taking anything from it, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop me a comment down below about what you think about Lifeline's new kit. Because we're all here together, and we're all playing it. So, let me know what you think. So we all know that golden items in the game have different perks, whether it be from like your tactical abilities recharging faster or so on and so forth. Well, the golden backpack is, even though it won't give you fast heals, it's going to give you something that's just as valuable, that's just as needed. And enemy teams are literally going to prioritize you number one. Every single time, you're going to be the enemy's highest priority and their top priority. Because Lifeline with a golden backpack is super, super powerful. It's going to allow her to revive faster. Your teammate's going to come up with half shields and be almost, if not, fully healed. Second, and if not the most important part of this, is that same perk extends to Doc. So you can be run around, moving, team member go down, you run over, drop Doc, get back into the fight, and when your teammate comes back up, they're not going to be sitting there with 25 health and no shields. They're going to be sitting there with half shields almost all their life, ready to get back into the fight. Second, it's going to be done within seconds, because the backpack's perk, coupled with Lifeline's passive that she revives teammates faster, puts it at almost like, I think it's like a 3-second revive time. So having a golden backpack on Lifeline is imperative. In my opinion, the golden backpack truly lives up to Lifeline's name and is going to give you the ability to ensure that you're popping off the heals fast enough and then ultimately catching that W with your team. So that's it, guys. That's going to conclude this video. That's the changes to Lifeline and all of her things. So that's it, guys. Those are the changes to Lifeline in the current patch, and a few updates and tricks and things that I think apply to all maps so that you can get just a little bit better. They may have been things you already knew, some things that you never thought of, things like that. But just remember, kill all the legends you can, but remember, you're a support. Second, be there for your team. Use them charge towers to your advantage. Drop Doc before you hit any revives if you're low. Don't be selfish. And remember, positioning in any case is going to be your best defense and offense. And don't forget, get you a damn backpack. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing a similar video like this for Mirage in the coming weeks. I plan on putting out a video every Monday of the week. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments, and I look forward